Good morning, children. Now we will study some laws that is related to the gases. Because to describe the gases, we need the relationship. We have seen the measurable properties like the mass, volume, temperature, and pressure. So these four properties are required to describe a gas. And that's why we have to find out the different relationships. And in these relationship, for the first relationship, they use the one that is called as Boyle's law. And this Boyle's law gives the relationship between the pressure and volume at constant temperature. It was given the Boyle and it is called as Boyle's law. And this law states that the volume of a fixed mass of a gas is inversely proportional to its pressure at constant temperature. To describe a gas, we can only compare the two properties at one time. That means the first we are comparing the two properties, that is the pressure and volume. And that's why we keep the temperature and mass of the gas is constant. And that's why you can see here the fixed mass of a gas. So for the fixed mass of a gas is inversely proportional to the pressure and at constant temperature. Because to express these properties, we have to draw the graph for it, and that's why we have only two axes. That's why we are comparing only two properties at once. Now this law can be easily demonstrated by simple experiment, and just by increasing the pressure there is the decrease in the volume. So this V is inversely proportional to P, and when the temperature is kept constant. And then we can write the V is equal to K1 1 upon P, where K1 is constant of proportionality. And then we can write the PV is equal to constant, and then it is equal to K1 because K1 is the constant for the proportionality. So in the Boyle's law, we have to show the product. We can also represent it like the product of pressure and volume is constant. So we can define in other way also this Boyle's law, and for this, for a given amount of the gas, the product of temperature and volume is constant at constant temperature. So in this way we can write another definition for the Boyle's law. Now for the same gas, let V1 be the volume of a given mass of a gas having the pressure P at temperature T. If the pressure is changed to P2 at the same temperature, let the volume changes to V2. And here the volume changes to V2. The quantitative relationship is given as P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, or you can take it from here. When we write the PV is equal to constant for a gas, when we write PV is equal to constant at the constant temperature, then we can write P1 V1 is also constant. Then we can write the P2 V2 is also constant. So in this way we can write the product of pressure volume is constant. So from this relationship we can write here the P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, or P1 upon P2 is equal to V2 upon V1. We can verify the law by drawing the graph for it. Now first graph is plotted, that is volume versus pressure, that is V versus P. And then you know the volume is inversely proportional to the pressure. On x-axis we take the pressure, y-axis we take the volume. Then we get this curve, these points will be formed, and this curve will be formed that shows if we increase the pressure, there will be a decrease in the volume of the gas. Similarly, when the gases are compressed, they will occupy the less space, or there is decrease in the volume of the gases. Now the second graph is plotted PV versus P. PV is the product of pressure and volume. Then we will get parallel line parallel to the x-axis. As x-axis, I have taken the pressure, and the y-axis PV. So when we increase the pressure, the product of pressure and volume also increases, but at the same time the temperatures are also taken. Here the T1 is the temperature that is constant, and then you will get one line parallel to the x-axis for the another temperature, that is T2. You will get another line, and here the T2 is greater than T1. In this way the lines are shifted. So this is the explanation on the basis of the graph. We can explain this Boyle's law. We can also draw a graph that is 1 upon V versus P. We can also plot a graph that is 1 upon V versus P, and then you will get a straight line. So when we plot a graph that is P versus V, 1 upon V versus P, then we will get a straight line, and these lines are having the different position according to the temperature. As the temperature increases, the line will be shifted towards the volume. So in this way we can represent the Boyle's law. Now there is some physical importance of the Boyle's law. The Boyle's law expresses in the quantitative manner the important experimental fact that gases are compressible. When a given mass of a gas is compressed, the same number of molecules occupy a smaller space. This means that the gas becomes denser. For example, air at the sea level is dense because it is compressed by the mass of air above it. However, the density and pressure decreases with increase in altitude. The atmospheric pressure at Mount Everest is only about 0.5 atmosphere. The decrease in pressure at high altitudes causes altitude sickness, that is sluggish feeling and the headache due to decrease in the oxygen intake in each breath. This is why a mountain climbers take oxygen cylinder with them. So we can also relate the density of the gas with the Boyle's law, and the density and pressure we can write. The density is equal to mass upon volume, then we can replace the mass upon volume by the density. Then we can write that D is equal to density is equal to D is equal to M upon K1 into T. So this is the relationship between the density. So in this way we can show the relationship between the density and the mass, density and the pressure. So accordingly, we can use the density also. Then we will see some numerical problem based on the Boyle. The second law is Charles' law, and this Charles' law gives the relationship between the volume and temperature. So for this, the mass of the gas is constant, and then we keep the pressure is also constant. So normally when we increase the temperature, there is an increase in the volume of the gas. I think you have seen when we put a balloon on a hot water, and slowly its volume will increase due to increase in the volume of the gas filled in the balloon. So this is the general property that you have seen also. So when we increase the temperature, there is increase in the volume, or we can say the volume is directly proportional to temperature. But there is a difference in the Charles' law. The volume, when we explain the Charles' law, the volume of the fixed mass of a gas increases or decreases by 1 by 273.15 of its volume at 0 degrees Celsius for each degree rise or fall of temperature at constant pressure. So now because you can see here in the graph, the volume of the gas is not 0 at 0 degrees Celsius, and that's why we write the volume of the fixed mass of a gas increases or decreases by 1 by 273.15 of its volume at 0 degree Celsius for each degree rise or fall of temperature at constant pressure. So here the pressure is constant and then we are showing the relationship between the volume and the temperature. Now if V0 is the volume of the given mass of a gas at 0 degree Celsius, then V1 is the volume that is at 1 degree Celsius. V1 is the volume at 1 degree Celsius, then we can write it V0 plus V0 upon 273.15, or we can take V0 common, then it is equal to V0 1 plus 1 upon 273.15. In similar way, we can write at 2 degrees, V2 is the volume at 2 degrees Celsius, then it will be equal to V0 plus 2 upon 273.15. So in this way, there is rise or fall in temperature accordingly. So there is per degree rise of temperature, there is increase in the volume, and per degree decrease in the temperature, there will be decrease in the volume. And then for temperature T, we can write here Vt is equal to at T degree Celsius, V0 is V0 plus 1 plus 1 upon V0 1 plus T upon 273. So in this way we can represent the relationship between the temperature and the volume that is at T degree Celsius. So we can show per degree rise or fall in temperature. There was an absolute scale of temperature also, because when we write here there is one absolute temperature scale. By carrying out the similar calculation, it can be shown that the volume of the gas below 0 degree Celsius will be less than V0. Similar way we can show here, if we move from here to here, there is decrease in the volume, and by decreasing the temperature, then we can write here, when we are writing here increasing here, we can write minus T, then it will be 0, 1 minus T upon 273.15. So if we decrease the temperature, there is a decrease in the volume also, and then the same relationship will be changed here. We can write V minus T at minus T degree Celsius. Then we can write V0 1 minus T upon 273.13. So that is per degree rise or fall in temperature. Thus, decrease of temperature results in the decrease in the volume of the gas, and ultimately the volume should become 0 at minus 273.15. It means that any further lowering of temperature is impossible because there is no existence of the gas, or it would correspond to negative volume, which is meaningless. Hence, an important conclusion can be drawn from the above discussion that the lowest possible temperature is minus 273.15, and that is in the Kelvin scale. This temperature is in Kelvin scale. Oh, sorry, this is in the degree Celsius, but when we write 273.15, that is in the Kelvin scale. This lowest possible temperature at which all the gases are supposed to occupy zero volume is called as absolute zero. A scale of temperature based upon this choice of zero is called absolute scale of temperature. Since this scale was suggested by the Kelvin, this is also known after his name, that is the Kelvin scale of the temperature. So actually we write the Kelvin scale, 0 degree Celsius is equal to minus 273.15, and then you know the relationship. Temperature in Kelvin is equal to temperature in degree Celsius plus 273.15. So that is the representation of the Boyle's law. We can represent this Boyle's law on the basis of the absolute scale in this way. The volume of the fixed mass of a gas at constant pressure is directly proportional to the temperature on Kelvin scale. Because on Kelvin scale at 0 Kelvin, the volume of the gas will be taken as 0, or there is no existence of the gases. So we can write in this way also, that I am repeating, the volume of the fixed mass of a gas at constant pressure is directly proportional to the temperature on Kelvin scale. So on the basis of Kelvin scale, when we are representing the temperature in the Kelvin scale, then we can write the volume of the given mass of a gas is directly proportional to the temperature in the Kelvin scale, and mathematically it is equal to V is directly proportional to T, and then we can write V upon T is equal to constant. And then we can write V1 upon T1 is equal to constant, and V2 upon T2 is also equal to constant. Then we can show this relationship V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. So in this way, Charles gives the representation of the gaseous properties in terms of volume and temperature. You can see here in this graph, when we plot a graph, that is the volume versus temperature. This is the x-axis, there is the temperature. Then the line does not reaches to 0, and that is started from this temperature at 0 degrees Celsius, that is represented by V0. When we extrapolate this line, then it will touch the x-axis at minus 273.15, and that is also represented at 0 Kelvin. So we can explain this temperature minus 273.15 on the basis of this graph. This is also called as thermodynamical temperature. So here we get the one relation V1, then we can also write this on equal to this V1 upon V2 is equal to T1 upon T2. So we can represent in this way also. So this is the representation of the Charles law.